And welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and in this episode we're going to be making our own sling ring effects. And once again, welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and if you could leave a like and subscribe, that would help me out a lot. So, for the first time ever, we got this sling ring effect with our Doctor Strange figures. So my last 3 episodes have been mostly based around Doctor Strange. In my last episode, I did create this diorama for my Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness Marvel Legends. So I built this from the scene in the trailer. Now that I've seen the film, I know what this scene is from. I have some context to it, and I must say I'm very happy that I actually did go ahead and build this. So I want to do one more Doctor Strange related item, and it is making my own sling ring effect. So I'm going to go through the process. I really wanted to show this episode so that you can see that no matter what it is, more than likely in any project, I'm making mistakes, and I really want to show those mistakes so that, one, maybe someone in the community can help do it better, or just so you know, like, it's okay to mess up a few times. Things that I'm going to show in the process of this, the making of this episode, is that it's okay to start a project, go into it doing it one way, and then come out of the project doing it a completely different way. So one of the things I'm going to do is try to recreate this sling ring just using some very basic materials. At first I was overthinking it and wanted to do it in a very grand way, and I actually wanted to replicate this by making a mold. I'll show you how that didn't really go so well, just so you have some context of how I ended up just making it the way I wanted to. So basically I just ended up going back to the basics so that I could just create something using very inexpensive materials and still making it look good. And then also, while I was making this episode, I had another idea to kind of make an effect for America Chavez. So I was watching another YouTuber called Can I Make It. I really love watching his videos. They're very calming. He has a very smooth voice. It's just a really nice, relaxing channel to watch. So he actually did make America Chavez's effect, and I thought I just wanted to try it based on what I saw him do. So we're going to go through that, and then I'll get this back on the shelf, and I think I can wrap up my Doctor Strange projects for now. So let's get into it. So one of my first ideas when I was building this diorama was that I was going to use clay. So in theory, this seemed like a good idea. I played with Play-Doh as a kid, but this was definitely not the same. So I bought this air-dried clay, and I tried to get it soft enough so that when I pushed the effects piece in, it would be deep enough for a mold where I could pour the resin in. It didn't work out so well. When I pushed it down, you weren't getting all the details, so then I thought of something else. I've watched multiple videos of how to do silicone rubber molds. So this package of silicone rubber was pretty expensive, so I don't know why I decided to make this my first project, but we live and we learn. The mixture seemed easy enough, however, it wasn't as runny or as liquidy as I would like it to be. It was very thick, so when it came time to pour the silicone rubber and then lay the mold in, lay the effects piece in, it didn't seem like it was covering well, and then it just became a kind of a mess. I kind of had to make those wooden dowels so that the effects piece would be a little even because the base was thicker so it wouldn't lay flat. And I just wanted to do the outline, but then unfortunately a lot of the silicone rubber got onto the actual effects piece. In hindsight's 2020, I really wish I started with an easier project when it came to making a mold. I really didn't know what to expect from the consistency of the texture of the silicone rubber, but you know, I still want to try it again, and this time I'll do it on a smaller project. But this didn't work out well either. It just ended up turning into just a big chunk of rubber. So not really sure what to do with this. I feel bad wasting it, but you know, I'm going to give it a go again once I have a smaller project that I think I can make a mold for. So let's go back to the basics. I found this garland tinsel wire. It was an orange color with some hints of yellow. and some just cheap wire that I found. So I'm just going to shape it around a round object. I found this container that I hold some stakes in, and I'm just kind of getting a feel for how long or how round I want it to be. I basically want a circular piece of wire, and then I am going to have some legs that I'll attach so that it's easier to stand up, and then I'll just hot glue it and attach it that way. So I'm just going to twist the circle just to keep it attached, and then I'm going to leave the ends of where I'm tying it up so that I could just go ahead and leave the legs. So I have this circular piece of wire, and I have those two legs that are at the end. I'm going to make a base for it using some plastic packaging that I have from a previous action figure unboxing. And right now I'm just going to put a layer of hot glue all around the piece of wire. So I think I went over this process once or twice. I just wanted to have some nice thick layers of hot glue. It hardens real quick, so that's a nice feature of hot glue. You do have that luxury of being able to still pose the circle, so if it lost its shape, I was able to still format it so that it was still circular. Now that my hot glue is dry, I just want to give it a coat of paint. So I'm just going to use some yellow paint. The tinsel string that I bought, it was mostly orange, but I did want some yellow in. And this way, if there's a gap or some space that you can see behind to the hot glue wireframe, at least it'll have some color and it'll be yellow. Once the paint dried, now I'm going to start applying the tinsel string. And this should be fairly easy. I'm just going to lay some hot glue down, line up the tinsel string, and then do that all the way around until it's in a full circle. Once this was complete, I slipped it back onto that bucket that I had holding the stakes just to give it its more circular shape. Now I'm just going to create a base using some packaging that I had from another figure. This way it'll stand up better, and I like that it's clear so that if I put it on any kind of floor or background, you won't be really able to see the base. And now that I'm finished with the Sling Ring effect, I really wanted to try America Chavez's star power portal that she has. So the hardest part about this was shaping the star. I don't think I did it perfectly. I do like that the wire is easy to move once you're done shaping it. So I can keep formatting it so that I make a better star. Once the glue hardened, then I was going to work on that shattered glass effect. So on that video, Can I Make It? He took some plastic and used a blue magic marker, and then he smudged it with a paper towel, and then he cut it into little, what looks like shattered glass. So I just cut this plastic into little tiny shards, and I'm going to then hot glue all of those pieces around the star. And you can see the shape of the star. It's not perfect, but it's okay because you can still bend the wires even though the glue is on there. And as I start the process of gluing these shards onto the star, I'm trying to do front and back this way that if there's any gaps that there's still some of that blue coming through. And even though it doesn't look perfect, it's still going to be a cool effect once I have America Chavez in the middle. I really love how it's coming out, and this is such a simple project. So between the Sling Ring effect and the star, this was maybe 2 hours of actual work. And I'm just going to continue to glue these shards on, and really this didn't take so long, and I think as an extra piece you can even add pictures behind it so it looks like they're coming through a different portal. So the last things that I'm going to do is just maybe reshape the star so it's a little more even, and then it's pretty much done. Alright, so here it is, folks. This is my Doctor Strange and the Marvel Legends effects pieces that I made. It was really challenging because it's something so easy, but I was making it more difficult than it had to be. But I'm really happy with the way it came out, especially how quick it took me. This took me maybe 2 hours most. All you need is some wire, some hot glue, and then some little extras. So I used this tinsel string for the Sling Ring effect. So now Wong has his own sling ring. and I can put him next to Doctor Strange and the one that we got from Hasbro. And America Chavez has her star power when she's going through the portal. So I got this idea from Can I Make It. I really liked watching his videos and thought I wanted to try it. So I think that's the whole point of this, is so that people can get inspired and start creating their own things. So now with my effects, my diorama, my Doctor Strange, and the Multiverse of Madness figures have their display, and I think I'm gonna get them on the shelf and see how they look. Let's check it out. And once again, thank you for watching this episode of Thomas Goes Nostalgic. If you can leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notifications of when I post my next episode. Until then, we'll catch you next time.